let's see, we got 5-6 minutes. Mona, before we wrap this one up, what are your final thoughts on this
No,
whole issue of?
I, I enjoyed the talk, and Marsha, thank you for coming on. You always give me knowledge, so I love hearing you speak your mind and give your opinions as well as Sabrina. So I enjoyed our talk today. Very informative.
Bree?
Oh, yes. I do love the diverse mindset of everybody that we bring on. I always refer to our upbringing, and as we all have children, of course, I didn't have the successful parent upbringing who taught me how to respectfully approach police when they're violating your rights. My parents cared nothing about politics or probably didn't know anything about constitutional rights. So to have Marsha, who came to the table from a young age, having exposure to that, I think that's phenomenal. And you can see the difference in all of our responses to what's going on today in how that upbringing may have contributed. I think on one of the previous podcasts, I said, I wish I was brought up by a Black woman because I might have had a little bit more patience with what occurred. I might have handled it differently. Who knows? But I wasn't. I was brought up by white New Yorkers. Okay, let's put that out there. I witnessed a lot of interaction with police with my parents that taught me how to respond to the current situations. In the same sense, what my daughter saw is currently her mindset. And hopefully, my stepping up to the plate with my awareness, with every book I've read from 1984 to Brave New World and even The Handmaid's Tale, I have seen every piece of every one of those puzzles being carried out. And I only hope that the influence doesn't stop with me, and that if this fight doesn't happen in my time, that my children have the awareness to make sure it doesn't stop with them, because that would be the devastation of our future. As Crumpton has already indicated, we're there. The Republic is gone. You know, I firmly believe that the only solution at this point, wipe the slate clean. Okay. And you don't want to know what that means. But to me, that's what it is. Okay. You don't start a new book in an old one. So that's my final 2 cents, is that I hope that we can end this fight and wipe that slate clean. But if we can't, I hope the fight doesn't stop with me. I hope that what has been portrayed through us is carried out and ends in my children's lifetime with real solutions.
Yeah. So, Marsha, your final thoughts before you guys in Fort Valley actually have to make the decision on this monstrosity.
Well, you know, I have no doubt, because I know how we move here, and you know, I hope that it will become just simply an agenda item, you know, something that it will, stop there. I know that we'll give a lot of pushback, to it, and because it simply just can't happen here in Fort Valley. I have no doubt that it won't happen here because, and I just, because I don't want to leave or give that, impression. Like, I was raised to not trust the police, period, ever. Okay. Make it home,
Yeah.
If you can. If not, because what I can tell you, and I will go on record, Sabrina, like, if my not trying to keep my tone was not going to work, then they were just going to, in a situation like that with me, they just going to have to kill me that day.
Yep.
Because it's just some things that I'm just not going to, yeah. But, that's why I make sure my shit is clean and good. I make sure because we don't get that luxury.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but, I hope the plan is, I hope that, I can tell you all by the time that this airs, that it didn't go through, or you're just probably going to see on the news, like, it's a riot in this piece. Like, it's not going to be a good look. Like, we going to show up every day in Fort Valley. Like, we might start off with some little protests, but it's going, it's election time. Like, you won't get in. Like, we ain't afraid to implement a recall. Like, we understand the different tools in the toolkit. And so if they want to make that happen, if they want to be the first, then we're here for it. Not a problem. Can make it happen. I mean, but yes, I'm hoping when I return, I'll be able to tell you all how we successfully.
I hope for your sake the agenda item is just that. I'm saying that this was an agenda that was brought up and we said no. I hope that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Fort Valley says
I hope
no,
that for them, Sabrina. Yeah, I hope that for them.
And I think the most important thing, Marsha, is that in order to be able to put the brakes on it in the community, before it hits, is for the people to be aware and educated themselves about what it is. And then that's better than what happened here. Most people didn't even know what the hell was going on. But it has been 3 hours, and this has been wonderful. Ladies, please don't jump off after I hit stop, because I need all your files. And then if you do it and you screw it up, then all of this was for nothing. So everybody go to divineamerica.co for Sabrina's lunacy. If you need a Reiki reading or some of Mona's blogs, go to monalucia.com. Marsha, you don't have a website yet, but I know a guy. Your Facebook
I know that guy too.
Is just, okay. All right. So you are, we'll put all the link. You send us any link that you want to go in the descriptions, and we'll make sure that it's there. Thank you for coming on the Downloaded Content Podcast. Okay. And
thank you all for having me.
Anytime.
So nice meeting you, Sabrina. I'm sure we'll connect soon.
I hope so.
And I know I'll see you all.
Oh yeah.
Step into your power with Mona Lucia, Tarot, and Reiki. Realign your energy, gain clarity, and embrace healing. Whether you seek guidance through Tarot or balance through Reiki, your journey starts here. Visit monalucia.com and book your session today.